Hi guys, my name is Junior Komete and welcome to this special edition of the Campus Life. Today we're coming to you live from the APK Library for the Food Insecurity and Nutritional Knowledge event. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what we're going to be talking about, but food security basically means that students go to sleep knowing that they have enough food and that it's healthy enough to make sure that they live a healthy and active lifestyle. We're going to be speaking to the keynote speakers like some people from Lucky Star, people from STH actually, and some people that are part of or the brains behind some books that are meant to help students make easy and quick meals that are also affordable. So it's going to be nice. Make sure that you do stay tuned in because it's going to be interesting. Hi guys, so I'm here with
Lucas Nangolo. I'm from 2710 Concepts, a creative agency for Lucky Star.
Agency for Lucky Star. During the event, you mentioned a lot of things, including the fact that Lucky Star is an iconic brand, and it is because I grew up just eating Lucky Star, and now you say that there's a lot of products that have been introduced. Can you tell us a bit about that and what came up from that?
Okay. Well, so basically we've just expanded our range over the years to cater for different consumer needs. We have, outside of the Pilchet product, which is our mother brand product, if you call it that, and our hero product, we now have other staples like beans, which are also contributing to your nutritious meals. We have sardines, which are targeted at a higher LSM consumer, as well as our tuna. And this is all kind of like just a broader strategy to cater to a need of all the products that consumers need. We can provide, we'll provide them. Even your chakalaka now, you don't even have to cook chakalaka for so long anymore. We now give it to you in a can.
I do hear you, and I see how this helps a lot of students, especially with the fact that the meals are so easy to make. But how do you then make sure that the brand still speaks to the university audience even in this day?
So this is why we're here, right? This is our first step to saying we need to be present for our community at large, and students are a big part of our community. And initiatives like this is basically why we do what we do. You know, we are aware that consumers and our students are buying our products, but we need to show them love back by also being able to provide for them outside of just them buying our product. And us funding programs like your feeding scheme project, being part of the Future Walk, is basically actually funding their academics as well. So, you know, another idea that comes out of all of this is to always help the student who's going to be tomorrow's leader of this country.
Always help a student who's always going to be a leader of tomorrow in this country. Who am I here with?
I'm Kari Erasmus.
And what do you do?
So I am a registered dietitian from the Heart and Stroke Foundation.
So you also mentioned the fact that you guys have created a book, a recipe book where students can find meals that they can make. Can you think of any meals right now that students can make that are quick and easy?
Yes, so we have a whole range, a recipe collection that we did in partnership with Pharma Dynamics. So just off the top of my head, there's a meal in there that I love. It's a one-pot pilchard recipe where I love it because it's one pot, so I know I don't like making dishes. And basically, you take your can of pilchards, you take whatever veg you have in the fridge, put it all into the pot. It has there the spices that you use, and like within 10 to 15 minutes, you've got a whole meal there.
Oh, meal, and you're so right. But you're a dietitian, and I need to play just a quick game with you where we are going to bust some myths that are going around a lot on social media. Is it true that eating late at night makes you gain weight?
So it's all about the whole day, right? So healthy eating is about breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in between. If you eat unhealthy during the day and then you eat at night, there's no way to say the weight gains from late at night versus during the day. Just eating at night by itself, if your whole diet is well balanced, you're eating healthy, that alone won't cause weight gain.
What do you have to say to people that say that skipping meals helps you lose weight?
So skipping meals can actually have a big effect on your blood glucose levels, right? So that will cause big dips in blood glucose level, and it can also cause something that we call insulin resistance, which actually makes you gain weight. So that is definitely a myth. Don't skip meals.
Don't skip meals. The last one for you is it true that healthy food is really expensive?
So that's why I love today so much, because yes, we do find ourselves in an environment where we have lots of unhealthy foods all over, and ultra-processed foods can tend to be the cheaper options. But when we plan and prepare ahead of time, we can make healthy eating affordable.
Hi guys, so I am here with.
Colin Maepa.
So Colin Mayepa, what was your responsibility for today's event?
So thank you for having me, first of all. As I'm the communications coordinator for UJ Sport, and I'm also responsible for running the UJ Healthy Campus program. That program is premised on 7 cardinal pillars, one of them being nutrition. And each year we try to bring initiatives that speak to each of those pillars, right? So this year we're obviously continuing with the ones that we've carried on last year. That was your physical activity and sport, mental and social health, and then this year obviously the nutrition pillar. So as you've heard earlier, the people that came to speak here, they represent the different stakeholders that we work with on the UJ Healthy Campus program, including the colleagues from Student Affairs who received the check today for the UJ Meal Assistance Program. So my responsibility really is to make sure that I coordinate the program very well for the university by bringing together different stakeholders inside and outside the university to make sure that we, inculcate a healthy lifestyle among staff and students by activating all those criteria under the 7 pillars.
From everything that you've mentioned right now, one brand that is prevalent is Lucky Star, because you've worked with them even last year on the UJ Future Walk, which was something that was different because it had to do with a lot of physicalities like you've mentioned. But now I want to ask a question. What inspired you guys to now focus on food security?
Well, as I've mentioned, research does show that there's shortages of food among students, or that people don't have the best nutritional knowledge on the kind of food that they consume in their everyday lives, even on campus here, including staff and students. So Lucky Star then came on board last year. They sponsored the Future Walk, which was more of your active lifestyle, by bringing the heartbeat sessions to the UJ Future Walk. And as we were deliberating for last year's partnership, we thought there's also this UJ Healthy Campus program, and we would like to expand this program and make it more practical and meaningful by bringing it to the people. So that's why now you see we have these kind of seminars here where we bring staff and students to come and talk, but not just talk, to do the actual work of bringing the guidance in here. You've heard from the speakers themselves. Let's talk about the research that the students and the academics are conducting. It shouldn't just end in the classroom. It should translate into your everyday lifestyle. And as if you eat healthy, you exercise, obviously that gives you a healthy lifestyle physically, mentally, and otherwise, yeah.
And that is how we wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, on this special edition of the Campus Life. It was an interesting episode for me. I learned a lot, like the fact that skipping meals actually doesn't help you with losing weight. It's actually eating small amounts of meals at different times of the day. But make sure that you do follow us, comment, like, and subscribe, share, and do everything to make sure that you know everything that happens in this institution. And that's UJ. And from me, Junior Kumete, it's bye.